Hey guys, what's going on? It's Andrew from AR Media, and tonight's video I'm going to review Solo on 4K UHD Blu-ray. I was pumped to get this in and give this a watch, so let's go over the movie first. So I'm not going to go in-depth on the movie because when it comes down to it, Star Wars fans are going to see this movie and people who don't like Star Wars aren't going to see this movie. But personally, I kind of have Star Wars fatigue. I'm not really liking that they're releasing one a year as an old school Star Wars fan. But I did find this one nice, but nothing special in the franchise. It doesn't rejuvenate the franchise in any way, and it wasn't nearly as good as Rogue One, which I still think was the best spin-off Star Wars we got. So nothing special, but I did like some performances in it. So now let's get to the video quality. So this is a 4K digital intermediate, and this is very good in the resolution department. Details are very good here and pop off the screen. You will see details on costumes up close. You will see details on the landscape, details on the ships, wear and tear. All of that is greatly defined in the 4K over the Blu-ray. Depth is also very good in the 4K compared to the Blu-ray. Separating the foreground from the background is easily distinguishable on the 4K. Now the main negative on this disc, and what really takes this disc down, is the black levels. So the black levels here are pretty much gray, and it's just like The Force Awakens was. It has pretty much gray levels, and in a movie where space is the main subject, that is a big problem. So now we'll get to the HDR on this disc. And I'm also upset that they didn't include Dolby Vision. Disney is not including Dolby Vision on the more recent discs when they were before, so I'm upset about that. But we get HDR on here, and it's very hard to tell that we get HDR. There's not much shadow detail, and that's because of those gray blacks. It really does take away a ton of detail, and when there are highlights on the screen, they do pop, but it is a very muddy and bleak color palette, not vivid at all. It's not going to pop like some recent releases you may have seen. Now let's get to the audio department, and that was also a letdown. So this has a Dolby Atmos track, and I was actually pretty impressed with the last couple of Avengers, so I was thinking Disney kind of had it down, they were doing a better job, and this one did not impress me. The overheads were not used enough, and overall this was just not a dynamic enough mix. I had to turn it up, and it had the Disney Atmos mix, and I just did not find the mix good, and I found it was a step backwards. Now anyway guys, I would say a wait for sale on this one. Even as a Star Wars fan, I was not a huge fan of this movie. The transfer is good in the resolution department, but the HDR does not wow you. The audio leaves a lot to be desired, so I would say wait for a sale on this one. But let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and I'll see you guys in the next video.